Hello crypto lovers, today is November 16th, 2025, and the top crypto news is as follows. And we will go to our ETFs with full data from November 14. BlackRock's ETF had the largest outflows of $463 million, with outflows of $496 million. And the exact same picture applies to Ethereum ETFs. Again, BlackRock's ETF had the largest outflows of $173 million, with the closing at $177 million in outflows. Now ing on to those who invest in crypto, today we will go to Harvard, the well-known university that made a rare investment and invested $443 million in BlackRock's spot BTC ETF. So another university, well known as dealing with crypto, as you can see. Moving on, we will also talk about the tokenization of stocks. And let's say that xStocks, which brings stocks through tokenization to the blockchain, has reached $10 billion in volume in its first 4 months of operation. And since we are here, let's see which platforms and networks will do well in this area. Starting with our platforms, let me tell you that Onto Finance has taken the lead in terms of the total value it has reached with $320 million. While Securitize, which is the one that manages BlackRock's tokenized capital, is in second place with $155 million, and xStocks is in third place with $129 million. In terms of networks, the first is Ethereum with $320 million in capitalization from tokenized stocks. The reason is because Onto Finance operates within the Ethereum network, and that will change in the future because, as far as we know, they will create their own network. The second network is Algorand, which has a tokenized stock, and that is Exodus Movement, while Solana, thanks to xStocks, managed to reach $123 million in capitalization. And below are the rest of the players. And while we are talking about stocks, we will go to Ms. Cathie Wood from ARK Invest, who we learned that she bought $9.4 million worth of eToro shares, and we learned that she has sold $7.9 million of her own Bitcoin ETF. Let's say that as far as eToro is concerned, it recently went public on the stock exchange, and from there it reached an all-time high of $80 that dropped to $40 when ARK Invest bought it. Moving on to our news, we'll go to Alibaba, which we saw in the previous episode of Crypto News with the new moves for cryptocurrencies. However, the news we learn is that Alibaba will use JPMorgan's blockchain, which is a private blockchain, for payments in dollars and euros separately. Unfortunately, there are no more details. With Alibaba entering a private and non-public blockchain, we can't know their numbers, as you can see. Continuing our news, we'll go to Astar, where the community has been a bit upset with the unlocking of the coins. Let's say the confusion started when users noticed that the unlocking day that appeared on Binance and CMC had essentially changed, and from where they were released for 2025, they were moved to 2026, and in some cases to 2035. I show you an example of a user seeing that the unlock will happen in 2035. And according to the team, we are told that the data in the CMC was the result of miscommunication and not a policy change, according to Astar. The project's initial token economics included monthly unlocks for the ecosystem, but because the team did not yet have a use plan for these tokens, none of the planned unlocks were executed, but they will be executed, as you understand. And for the latest news of the day, we go to dYdX, where, as we already know from Crypto News, the community voted to go 25% of the protocol's gas fees to buy back coins. Now, with a new vote, that 25% has grown to 75% of the gas tax in repurchase currency, so they will spend more money to get their money back in their currency, as you can imagine. And we go to our beloved cryptocurrency market, where the price is hovering around $95,000 to $96,000. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, November 16th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only, and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.